everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2. So we start today's session, still here, in the Serpent Crown area, about to enter an estate of the Firebrand's former first mate, with the view of killing her in her bed. Seems a bit extreme, but these people were supposed to be nasty, and these are probably ill-gotten gains, and so hellfire, we need to do it. That's what we're hoping.
Yeah?
If we've been swindled by the bounty giver, and these are all innocent folks, Fedora is going to look like an absolute monster. But I feel we've come too far to stop now. Yeah, look, mercenaries, you see? They are mercenaries. Right. We shall not be worried about our actions then. We are doing good here.
For what do you enter my home uninvited? This is my estate, not a beachside hut.
Yes, well, I'm here to bring you to justice. Sounds very crude talking about bounties.
You invite this information so freely. Is it your first time?
Has she just gone invisible? She's just gone invisible. It's a nice trick. Right, onwards and upwards. Hopefully. At the very least. Right, we're going to do some buffing here. Blessings upon us all, along with vigour. Fedoran's going to summon an entity to help us out. Okay, and you are now going to summon Spawlings to help us out. There's a lot of dogs here, and a mercenary wizard. Could be problematic. Ranged spells could hit us. Okay, perhaps not, says Nadog. Let me take care of that, he says as he chunkifies somebody into 1,000 pieces. Goodness grief, he just does have not any mercy. Resolution. Dogs are getting hit and not liking things at the moment. She's shooting with a gun. Here come the Spawlings. I can take care of a few doggies, can't they? Yeah, of course I can. Is that Nadog? Who's that? That's Jyoti. Right, okay, let's get a few things going here in terms of the old DOT effect. Garden of Life, no Venom Bloom, yeah. It's a bit an issue, that one. Let's go with this one here. That's a nice big AoE effect. Fedoran is just kind of stood there, not doing a great deal, but don't really have to. Let's try and hit Lady Apero with a Train Lightning. Whoa. Whoa, that's doing something. Oh, that's a hellaciously blood-curdling cry from a poor animal that's been killed viciously. We'll ignore that. Oh, poor doggies. But they are attacking us, what can we do? Job done.
Got it. Leave it to me.
Would it be wrong to rob her place blind? We are not burglars.
Sorry, friend.
Soul Void. Grants white leaf effect after arrest. Looks kind of cool, doesn't it? There's a head. There's a map fragment. I think we've crashed, folks. Oh, no, we haven't crashed. We haven't crashed. Right. Keep moving. We'll have a look around. I don't... You see, taking down bounties is one thing. Robbing the place blind is quite another. It feels a little bit underhanded. Feels a little bit like burglary to me. I mean, the owner's dead. If there's no victim, there's no burglary, right? Is that how it goes? It's not as if we're desperate for her minor belongings now, is it? There's nothing major. I mean, technically speaking, it's not a hand of stealing, is it? It's not a stealing hand. It's a looting hand. But no, we won't take anything. We don't want to be accused of burglary. We've come to do a job. We've done the job. We leave. After stripping her naked, of course. Well, semi-naked. Right then, first piece of business sorted. This session is going to be about 35 minutes because in order for me to get it up in time, today being Thursday, I'm recording this straight after work, so to get it up at a reasonable hour, I have to keep it relatively short-ish, otherwise it won't go up in time. So I'm just trying to get to a position where I will be able to stream tomorrow as planned, which is to just have a sail around and have some fun, do some freeform exploring of the Deadfire and take down some ships on the way. That's the kind of plan that we're going for. So if we can get to that stage at the end of today, within 35 minutes, then it's a success. One more bounty. No, two more. Yeah, one more bounty on... Now, I can't figure out if these two are part of the same quest in terms of the Firebrand's crew. I think she might be the last one. The way to check it is to actually see if we can now assemble the map. If you can assemble the map... Yes, we can. Captain Henqua's treasure map. The stitched together approximation of a map points the way to a remote island. Illustrations of squat huts and the name Junvik Village stand out with prominence. The northern coast, however, is adorned with the scribbled likeness of a skull. Spidery lettering encircles the landmass to spell out the name Drowned Barrows. Drowned Barrows. Interesting. So that indicates to me that that was the last bounty of that little selection. So we might end today's session in Dunwich then. So there are two more tasks technically to do, and it's not going to take anywhere near 30 minutes. It could be a 20-minute session. Pledge your allegiance. I did say at the end of the last session, is Fedoran going to pledge his allegiance to anybody? Ah. Missive from Flawn Elette. We have made adjustments to the machines and are ready to make another attempt at your transportation. After the realm of Rimagand, are we going to trust her to transport us somewhere else? Of course we are. It's all about the fame and the glory. If we help the Valians as a fellow Valian to perfect whatever it is they're perfecting, some kind of time jump continuum, then we will be etched in the history books. So we will continue to put ourselves and our party in harm's way. Right, it's not quite opening time here at the Valian Trading Company headquarters, but we'll wait.
Radiant presence.
Who was that speaking? So yeah, I did say in the last session, is Fedoran going to pledge his allegiance to anybody? Of course he is. He was never going to pledge his allegiance to a rival faction, but as a staunch, patriotic, some would say blindly patriotic, because the Valians have some questionable practices. They are not whiter than white. They are kind of, you know, we'll get things done, we'll prosper, even if we trample over a few Hawana tribes to get there. So they're not, you know, they're not goody two-shoes here.
Sure.
So yeah, almost blind patriotism. Also, conversing with slavers. He's not. He's gonna try on the side to see if he can undermine the slavers whilst keeping up this front of helping them. But you know, ultimately, he wants to be seen in high regard by his fellow Valians. He's a very proud man, and as I say, very, very patriotic. Much to his detriment it might be in the long run, who knows? But yes, pledging our allegiance to the Valians so that they can assist us as fellow countrymen to get this done is certainly something he's down with. Whilst we're working together, he can showcase his talents even further. And again, it's all about making a name. Those tales in the taverns will be told ever more. Especially in Valian taverns. Right. We wait till opening time.
Yeah. Got it.
Director Castol is the man we seek. And he is upstairs, I seem to recall. And here he is.
Yeah. Sure.
I am still trying to make sense of the Cantor's report. He is not a man given to colorful language, and yet, what has emerged from Margaren's teeth? From the moment I first sighted these islands, I knew they would be the birthplace of a new age, something unimaginable. Interesting times we live in, you and I. Now then, was there something you needed? I'll answer what I can, of course.
Okay, interesting. Tell me about the Valian Trading Company, the Animancers. What's your interest in animancy? What do you make of the Hawana? I'd like to know more about you. What can you tell me about Governor Alvari? That's not what I was hoping to see, to be honest with you. Forge alliances. What I'm thinking, and somebody can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, that if we want to pledge our allegiance to the Valian Trading Company, I think what we're going to have to do first is progress their quest line to a certain point. So like we've got this quest to do here, which is assisting Captain Ferranti. I think before we can pledge our allegiance to the Valians, I think we have to finish this quest. And then we can pledge our allegiance. That's what I'm thinking now, given that we can't actually bring it up with him at the moment. Pledging the allegiance. I can't see us needing to pledge it to Governor Alvari. That would make no sense.
No problem.
In that case, we won't be progressing this until the next session after the stream.
I can't decide if the gods must love or hate you, Watcher. Perhaps both. Volcanoes, giant waves. Mel, I've had my fill of this island. Welcome back. Is there something else you wish to discuss? Please, go ahead. Very well.
Okay, so there's a couple of things then that we're probably going to have to do before we can pledge our allegiance. The first is we need to finish off that quest involving Captain Ferrante and the slavers, and the second thing we might have to do, it's not certain, but we'll do it anyway, is Flor Nolette in the Sacred Stair District, the Animancy Tower. We're going to have to go and finish that as well. So, as I said, we can't start any of those quests now because it may tip us over into the stream, and I want to start the stream just literally exploring. So what we're going to do is we are going to head to Dunwich very quickly, cash in this final bounty, see if they've got any pearls of wisdom for us, and then in the stream we shall start from Dunwich, and we shall go and travel across the entire Deadfire, as much as we can of the Deadfire, in sort of 3.5 hours of the stream. See what we can get up to, see what islands we stumble across, see what loot and plunder we can get from a variety of different sources, see how rich we can get, and just have some fun. We've not done that once. Every time we've done a stream or had an LP session, we've always been on task, doing a main mission, a side mission. We've always been just kind of focused on doing something. I want a session of just some free-form exploration. Just take in the sights, enjoy a sail around, as if the game's going to let us enjoy. We're going to get into a few scrapes, aren't we? But it'd be nice just to sail around with no specific purpose. The only thing that I will be doing that will have a purpose is the quest to charter the islands, because obviously as we uncover and uncharter the islands that Sansa wants, we'll keep checking in with him at Neketaka to keep getting the bonus for that. Right, we've received an important missive from Captain Ferrante. Hastily penned with smudged ink. Oh my god. They want to take down the floating hangman. They want to call a meeting of the Consuelo Mecasitas, and he asks us to sail to Dunwich to join the meeting. A meeting of pirates. Pirate captains, the Consuelo. Okay. We're going over there anyway to hand in this bloody bounty, so we're kind of in the vicinity. And we've got about 15 minutes before we need to end this session. So, yeah, why not? I hope it doesn't plunge us into a fight with the floating hangman. That could be a highlight of tomorrow's stream. If we end up stumbling into the floating hangman as part of our exploration. Oh, what's happening now?
You find yourself in cold, suffocating darkness. There is a familiar weight in your hand. A lantern. It sputters to life, and the world shifts into focus. A staircase spirals endlessly below you. With nowhere else to go, you start down.
This session isn't going to be 35 minutes, folks. It's probably going to be the usual length at this point, isn't it? Damn gods always interfering in plans.
A wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind. Divine voices boom and screech. Their words shake the platform beneath you, shake the very air around you. The gods are fighting.
Yes, bloody hell. Could you not involve me in your bloody squabbles here? I've got things to do.
Lay your blame elsewhere, Wodeka. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Mogren looms large before you, an accusing finger leveled at the melted visage of Wodeka. Wodeka screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from her tongue.
Pat the cover of Odeka's burned book and signal that you'll talk later. We don't want to miss out on this now that we're here. Fedora's not going to say that, certainly. What's going on? What am I doing here in the middle of an argument?
You have found us engaged in a spirited discussion.
The Pallid Knight looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue-still features.
I am afraid we are not at our best.
The Watcher's returned. Perhaps we should hear what he has to say.
Helia's birds chatter anxiously among themselves. Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own.
Progress? Are you planning something new?
We try, but agreement eludes us.
Andra's storm-dark eyes swivel to meet yours.
Is there nothing we can do?
Magrin glances at the Pallid Knight from the corner of her eye. After a thoughtful pause, she speaks.
She's just miffed off because her fires were no use. Yeah, I swatted her fire aside, yeah, whatever. It's nothing but a little tiny scorch mark on my,
The time has come
body.
for us to seize the power we have long left untouched, and absorb our scattered children.
That doesn't sound good.
Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
Yeah, we'll just let him...
But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Ukaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Trial? What do you mean, trial?
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand aside, not even for Bareth's herald.
Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with her birds, breaks in.
It yet lives.
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
A pair of Helia's finches come to join Wal's floating eye. They hover just out of Magrin's reach and swoop in to poke her when she's not looking.
Sure.
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Aethys.
The birds at last linger too long, and Magrin slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of essence, then reform, and fly in a screeching chorus back to Helia.
Guardian of Ukaizo. What is this Guardian?
A creature crafted by the Ingwithans to protect the machinery of reincarnation. It doesn't care much for visitors.
Will you divulge our every secret to the Kith, Magrin?
I'm going there anyway, for heaven's sake.
Magrin shrugs.
If it suits me.
She got attitude.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth.
But Aethys is heading that way. Won't he take care of it?
It is not one of Gallowayne's mindless beasts. It has a heart and a mind, and it will throw neither away to oppose Aethys. And Aethys will not fight the creature. It would prove little more than a distraction for him, especially as my tsunami and Magrin's volcano couldn't stop him.
Yeah, well, yes. And you can't do anything to get rid of it?
It is its own creature, Watcher. It does not listen to us.
There is another topic we have yet to address.
The Pallid Knight holds up one gauntleted hand, and the other gods fall silent.
Tell me, Watcher, where do you stand?
Oh, hellfire. Where do we stand? Good question.
What do you think of Aethys' scheme to destroy the wheel?
Yes, I'm not ashamed to admit that despite all my experience with souls and whatnot over the course of the past few years, I still don't completely understand what will happen when Aethys destroys the wheel.
The Pallid Knight spreads wide her hands.
Think of the Beyond as a reservoir. The in-between is storm clouds, and souls as rain.
Okay. Beyond is the reservoir, yeah. The in-between is the clouds, and the souls is the rain. So the rain goes into the reservoir. Oh.
When a living thing dies, its soul enters the in-between. And when the in-between grows full, it releases souls into the beyond, where they wait to be redistributed to new bodies, new lives.
Oh, yeah. We know that much.
The wheel is the process by which souls are moved from the in-between to the beyond, from the rain cloud to the reservoir, and from the reservoir into the living world.
Oh, yes. Oh, very good.
Without the wheel to mediate the transfer and redistribution of souls, the souls of all who die remain in the in-between. And without souls to fill it, the beyond gradually empties, trapping all of the remaining souls in existence in the in-between.
Ah, right, yes.
When the beyond is empty and the last creature on Aora dies, that is the end of everything. It is Rimergon's future, the one he wants for us. You begin to see our dilemma, I hope.
Tell us, Watcher, where do you stand?
So what they're saying is, effectively, if this was allowed to happen, life will be wiped out. Is that what they're saying? Am I getting that right? But... It's one thing thinking something, it's another thing explicitly telling it to a god when you stood right there, isn't it? So although he might be thinking certain things, he's not prepared to disclose it up front. But that's a statement of fact, though, isn't it? He is technically going to destroy everything, isn't he? That's what they've just intimated, so...
Finally, someone with a proper sense of urgency.
But I don't know if that's true, because it doesn't seem like the kind of thing he would do.
Aethys loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champion.
Yeah, so why would he want to destroy... It makes no sense to me, this. I don't think he's going to end life.
He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try.
I hope we're not committed to a certain path here by taking that option, but... because it's not...
What if Aethys is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
Well, then we'll learn and grow as Aethys intends. We can be resourceful, you know, as Kith.
Wal's many eyes bounce and blink in quiet delight.
That would be quite amusing indeed.
And what if they fail? Then they die. And so do we. We have to help them.
Helia's voice rises, near to panic. Worika drives her fist into her hand.
Help them! We should finally bring them to heel!
The Pallid Knight raises a hand and stares at Worika until she falls silent.
Watcher, Aethys yet values your counsel.
Well...
The Pallid Knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Aethys may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo.
Oh, really? So they want us to deliver the message that they want. Well, okay, let's take these options one at a time. I'll try. It's not a lie. I will make him heed my words. It's a bit extreme. I don't know what those words will be, but at the time we'll probably get a choice. I'm not going to say that. I don't do anything. Can't defy Earth's as well. I think, yeah, we'll certainly try.
The future of Kith and the gods rests on your shoulders, Watcher, so I hope that you do.
The Pallid Knight's stern countenance softens.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The Pallid Knight spreads her hands before her.
Yes, well, as swiftly as the time is moving. I am off on a jaunt around the Deadfire for a few weeks. Hope you don't mind. Need a bit of R&R.
Go, Watcher.
Oh, I'm going. Don't you worry. 3 weeks break, sailing around the Deadfire, taking in the sights. I'll be back soon.
Do what you must.
Oh, I need to do
The
it.
edges of your vision begin to dim. Like a sun setting, twilight encroaches on your mind.
Yeah,
The Pallid Knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then, the crack of thunder rends the air, and you feel the floor drop out beneath you. You come to flat on your back, staring at an all too familiar ceiling. Alone, once again.
Interesting. Interesting. Right.
Got it.
So the fact of the matter is... What is the fact of the matter? The fact of the matter is, I'm not convinced that Aelphys's plan is to destroy everybody. I think he's just trying to free the Kith from the shackles of the gods kind of thing and expose the gods for what they really are. Let the Kith decide how to move forward from that kind of revelation. That's what I think. Well, if that's the case, we're not completely adverse to that. To be honest with you. Why not tell them the truth? Let people make their own minds up. We know the truth. Mind you, we were not really that fussed about the gods to start with, to be fair. But, right. Now where were we going? Before we were rudely interrupted? By the gods, no less. We were on our way to Dunnage to hand in a bounty and also to check in at the old Consuelo. Speaking with gods, speaking with the head of the pirates. Oh, these important people just demand our counsel. It feels nice to be wanted, you know.
I welcome your return.
Yes, well, I've taken care of Lady Epero. I think that concludes our business, does it not?
Finally, the lady falls. You already have my gratitude. Now take my coin. You've put to bed the last of the Firebrand's crew, my friend, which was more than I ever could have hoped for. Thank you truly. I can rest easy now, knowing they got what they deserved.
We're going to now ask this, or say this. We should have maybe brought this up sooner, because it will probably give us a reason as to why this has happened in the first place.
It's nothing personal. The crew earned their reputation through murder and thievery, and it would make me sick to see them regain an ounce of their power.
You're not telling me everything, though, are you?
You've a keen eye, my friend. I reserve a bit of the Firebrand story for myself, and you'll excuse me if I don't plan to share it.
I think she
Let's
was
keep
part...
business strictly business, huh?
I think she might have been part of the crew herself. Possibly. Maybe. Could be. We won't pry any further. We've been paid. If we've been hornswoggled and they were innocent victims, then so be it. Can you imagine? You can tell me if you wish now, because obviously I've finished the quest. Right, let's go. An important meeting with the pirates is to be had. Are they all going to be present? Oh, they are. Very important.
I've been loyal to you a long time, Ferrante, but I cannot abide this.
Over here, my friend.
Dear, is everything okay? I came as soon as I could.
Diverus, is it settled now? I do not like having my hand forced by some rogue god.
Look at her, draped in finery. Another Valian, Captain Goldfin Chiara.
Indeed, the vote has been cast. There can be no dispute. The traitor Aldis will hang.
Another Valian captain. Common theme here. No wonder old Castor came to Ferrante for assistance. Half of the damn council are Valians.
Your vote of confidence is appreciated, my Consuelo. Rest assured, you have made the right decision.
The Black Pox seas we have? What a fucking farce! Mark my words, Councilman. Your souls will be damned for this scheme.
So this is Captain Mad Morena, who is the captain that we spoke to in the Undercroft, I believe it was, in Nekateka, and she seemed not too bad. I'm sure from memory she was trying to help some of the poorer people of the city by importing food and stuff. That's what the whole plan was in relation to getting the food into the Undercroft. I think that was it. So if she's upset, it's probably not a good thing that's been proposed here, which is obviously hanging Aldis.
Do not forget your promise, Ferrante. With Aldis out of the way, you will sail us to Ukaizo, well before the Juana, the Valiant Trading Company, or any others can plunder it.
Ah, there's a little issue here, you see. We're kind of hoping that we get there. I mean, we're not there to plunder it, to be honest with you. We're there to save the world. Slightly, bigger plans than just petty plunder. But we don't want our mission sabotaged before we even get there.
The god will lead us there, and the floating hangman will navigate the storms. Watcher, your timing is impeccable as always. We have just concluded a vote of phenomenal importance.
I see.
Blast this! You can outvote me, but you can't make me stay and watch.
Oh dear, another unhappy customer.
And you! Best watch your back!
She shouts at Benwith. What's going on?
One of our Consuelo members, Captain Aldis, has been charged and found guilty of those crimes, punishable by death.
Crimes? What crimes?
Defiance. On several past occasions, Aldis has willfully dismissed the mandates of the Consuelo.
Ah, I see.
Negligence. Too often, Aldis has outright neglected her responsibilities to the Consuelo. When a meeting is called, the presence of all members is required.
Well, not attending a meeting is punishable by death? That's a bit extreme, isn't it? Okay.
Excessive cruelty. Aldis and her new bloods often commit extreme violence in pursuit of financial gain. This drives our foes to take harsher measures against us.
Okay.
Sedition, which you witnessed firsthand when Aldis negotiated with our enemies without the consent of the Consuelo. She has single-handedly endeavored to spark a civil war within the Principe on multiple occasions.
Yes.
And, worst of all, betrayal. Aldis sacrificed an entire crew of Principe in an ill-fated attempt to lure out the floating hangman so that she might captain it.
Oh.
And before anyone argues again that we've no proof of her insidious betrayal, Benwith, tell the Watcher what you explained to the Consuelo, if you please.
I sank, Aldi's lured some poor unsuspecting crew of fusty old bloods right into a rumoured route of the floating hangman. Sure enough, Rivan sails out of the fog and destroys their sloop.
Of course, it isn't merely Benweth's testimony that has brought Aldis to justice. The fine captain was instrumental in capturing her to stand trial.
It's a bit shady that to me, but...
That's right. She shot me for it too.
This Consuelo session is now concluded. Benweth, leave us so that I might speak with the Watcher in confidence. I will alert you when I have need for you again.
Well, I mean, who are we to interfere in Pirates' affairs?
Be sure you call for me. I want to be there when she hangs.
What happened at Magran's teeth changes everything. We must acquire the floating hangman if we've any hope to reach Ukaizo before Eothas destroys everything. Which brings me to my current problem.
Okay, so our goal is not to give them the floating hangman then, to be honest with you.
Somehow, Aldis has uncovered a means to summon the floating hangman, but she destroyed the research when she was captured. I need what she knows before I can hang her. Obtain it for me, and I will grant you her seat on the Consuelo.
Oh boy, a seat on the Consuelo? Holy cow! Could you imagine that? Fedora on a bloody seat of pirates? It'd be with three fellow Vailians, but I think even this is a stretch too far. Oh dear. Attack. Okay. This is Fedoran's thinking on the spot here. These guys getting that ship would be a very bad thing. Not only would they use it to potentially cause an issue with our plan in getting to Ukaizo without too much issue beforehand, going off and ruining anything that might happen. You know, it's too risky. It's too risky. Not only that, but what do they do with the floating hangman after this situation? They're going to have this great scary ship. Could cause no end of grief to anybody across the seas in the future. We can't let them. We cannot let them come into possession of this. But we've got to keep up appearances. So we'll kind of let them think that we're helping them out, and we're going to try and get this research and whatever else. But we're not gonna. Not only do we have to keep up appearances at the moment, we're trying to seek Ferranti's help for the Valian Trading Company. So there's just so many little angles here working that Fedoran has to step very carefully in what he does and when he does it. But for now, keeping them on side is the thing to do. Starting out with a parley with Aldis.
My crew has been questioning our captive for hours now. Perhaps you will fare better. She is locked at the top of Balefire Tower.
I see. Speak with Aldis. Right, we're going to end the session here. It's not quite a nice, happy place for us to be able to go and straight sail away in the start of the stream, but at the start of the stream, which should be happening tomorrow, we will start out by questioning Aldis, which shouldn't take too long, to be fair, and then once we've questioned her, we'll sail off as if we're going to do what we're setting out to do, and then we're going to go on three, really, I don't know how it's going to take, but potentially up to 3-4 weeks of game time. We're going to go have a little jaunt around the Deadfire whilst we peruse our future and what we want to do. The gods, Ferranti, and God knows who else can wait for us to finish our exploration. So yeah, join me tomorrow if you can, and we'll have some fun, do some exploring, and we'll make all of these suckers wait on us, because that's just how important we are. Until next time, see you soon.